Well, hey everybody, Pastor Randy here, and I'm here with our dynamic children's ministry director, Devonna Dre. Welcome, Devonna.
Thank you. Good to be here with you.
Thanks. And she is not only our children's minister, but she is also a mom and a grandma, so I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about that.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon or morning or evening, whenever you're watching this. I am a mom. I have 3 sons. They are obviously all grown. Aaron, Andrew, and Brandon. And I have 2 daughter-in-loves, Sarah and Melissa. And 3 amazing, I call them my grand buddies. They call me Nana. And Jude, Asher, and Levi. And 2 of my sons live in Hawaii right now, so they're an ocean away.
Aloha.
And then my other son, Brandon, lives in San Clemente. So.
All right.
Yeah.
And today we're coming to you to talk about help for moms and dads who are stuck at home. Because what we know is that kids are kind of defaulting into one of 2 basic patterns. And one is they're either bouncing off the walls.
Yep.
With all this energy
I'm
that
bouncing
they
off
don't.
The walls.
some of you as adults are going, yeah, me too. My name is Randy, and I'm a bounceaholic,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So either bouncing off the walls, or they're just sort of becoming benign blobs, sitting on a couch in front of their TV, their screens, their devices. And in the mix of all this, whether they're bouncing off the walls or whether they're sort of benign blobs, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of questions about what the future holds. And, our little kids, their little brains, their little emotions, they weren't particularly yet developed enough to handle the load that they're actually carrying. And it's especially difficult because we as parents are trying to figure this out too as we go along. So we wanted to shoot this COVID-19 survival video to sort of come alongside you as best we can. And Devonna's here to offer you some real practical, helpful insight into what you can do to come alongside your kids and help them through this COVID crisis. And so thanks again for being here, Devonna. Share with us some ideas. We've got like 5 great ideas that we wanted to share with you to help you out with your parenting at home right now.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you just brought up their mental, emotional, and physical capacity to handle this.
Right.
For children, I'd say especially middle school and under, this is a struggle.
Yep.
I believe God is starting to build our testimony in our story.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a story.
Right.
These children in this era right now are going to have testimony like no other, right? So,
and we talk about how setbacks can become comebacks.
Yes.
And so we recognize that what feels like a setback, and it certainly is.
Yes, it is.
But we know from Scripture, and we know from just multitudes of testimonies that a setback can become a comeback. So we're not going to offer anything here that necessarily is life-altering, but at least
just helpful hints.
Helpful hints to come alongside and make a contribution to this story that's unfolding before us.
Right. And I've done a lot of research, but I'm also kind of doing my own Survey Monkey. Have you ever heard of Survey Monkey?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I've been reaching out to moms and dads and different groups of friends that I've had and getting feedback on what's working for them and what's not.
Okay,
so
cool.
Here's kind of 5 things that I think could be helpful during this time. So the number one thing that I think is essential, we keep hearing the word what's essential and what's not essential. Well, Jesus is essential.
Well, that's so true.
He is essential always, right?
Yes.
And to communicate with him, we do that through prayer.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the idea of a family prayer request board.
A family prayer request board.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somewhere in your house, you just create it on a whiteboard or a piece of cardboard, piece of paper, whatever you got.
Yeah.
Everybody's name's on there, Monday through Friday. Let your kids jot down what they want prayer for.
I love that idea because that gives them a chance to kind of take ownership and participate in something.
Exactly. And express some feelings they may not want to express in a conversation. Right? So it's a little bit like family journaling.
It
almost.
is like journaling.
So, and then when you get an answer to a prayer request, right, have a space for that as well. But I love that
it.
concept.
Great concept.
And then one of the things I do want to emphasize is keeping as much as possible. This is kind of a crazy request of any parent. I had all boys. I had boy everything, boy dogs. Yeah, God has a sense of humor. But here's the thing. As much as you can, keep a calm, peaceful atmosphere.
Right.
So keep the noise down, the news, all that stuff. Kids don't need to hear all that stuff. Right. So just keep the calm as much as you can.
That's excellent.
Another thing is vision boards.
So
have your kids create a vision board. I do a vision board every January in my cool journal that I buy for myself for Christmas.
So we got a prayer board. Now we're talking about a vision board. Two separate things.
Completely different thing.
Okay.
What are their dreams? What would they like to see happen for the summer? You know, maybe give them a little bit of encouragement on what vision means and what that looks like. But vision boards are so much fun. Right. In my vision board, I actually draw pictures.
Right. Okay.
For this year, it was when I did it like the first week of January, I actually put a picture of my husband, Mr. Pete, in there because of his health issues he's gone through.
Yeah.
And my vision and my prayer and everything was for him to be healed.
So this is a snapshot of our preferred future.
Yeah.
Our vision board.
Yes, a vision
board. Be a picture.
And they're fun to do.
Yeah, they are.
And I mean, I have my own set of crayons and my own set of markers.
Yeah.
And I literally draw pictures of all kinds of things.
Or they could attach something to this.
Yes.
My daughter just did a homemade graduation cap, and she decorated it because she's the class of 2020. And so if we had a vision board, that would be one of those things that we could actually tack to her vision board and make it a real cool visual centerpiece in our home. I love it.
Yes. Another thing is, reach out for help.
Yes.
So I don't know about you all out there. I tend to not want to reach out for help too much for me. Mm-hmm. But moms and dads, you've got to do it.
Yes. Here's
what I recommend. So for each of your kids and for yourself, you should build a team. So Team Devonna, Team Randy.
Great.
Team Logan, Team Megan.
It's we, not just me.
Yes.
I love it.
So you've got dear friends, maybe pastors, ministry people that minister to your kids, maybe a pediatrician. Mm-hmm. I've heard from some parents, little kids are struggling with depression.
They sure are.
They're missing their friends.
Yep.
And to kids, friends are everything. So build a team, reach out for help. Don't let yourself slip too far into sadness and depression without making a FaceTime call, that kind of thing. And set up regular communication, whether it's FaceTime or however you want to do it, with friends and grandparents, relatives, cousins. Set those things up and bring that little bit of joy into your lives. And it's very, very helpful to have that kind of outside interaction the best way we can.
That is so good because it does take a team. And you don't have to go through this alone. We've said it before, but isolation can lead to annihilation. And we don't have to let, as you said it, so well said, we don't have to slip into this.
No.
And we wanted to extend to you, whoever's watching this, that we're here to help.
Yes, we are.
And Devonna is here to help. And we've got a whole bunch of resources available to us because we are a church. We're connected to mental health professionals. We're connected to organizations that are offering free food if your family is struggling with food. We're connected to a whole bunch of things.
And if we don't have the answer, we'll find an answer,
That's right.
of somebody that can help.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So reach out for help. And then my last thing I want to talk about is just journaling, which kind of goes with our whole theme here. Mm-hmm. So we've got the family prayer request board, a vision board, and journaling.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to encourage here is a lot of expression.
Okay.
Because when we're bottled up and we're all kind of locked in right now,
Yes.
we got to have ways to express what we're feeling.
That's so good you pointed that out, because a journal is safe. And for a lot of kids especially, they've lost their sort of safe zone, because for many of them, school feels like their safe zone. And we want that, of course, in the home as well. But a journal can provide that no matter where they are. They can pour out their thoughts.
Yes.
And they can be honest with their feelings. So tell us more about that.
Even young children.
Yeah.
So I've been encouraging young children for 20 years to practice journaling. And it's the feedback that I receive from children, some of them now that are all young adults, and how that helped them. And a lot of them can't even maybe spell and a lot of words yet, but I'm starting like at kindergarten. Okay, they're using pictures and drawings, and that's just kind of my theme for right now is expression, creative expression. It's kind of cute. I'm hearing a lot of kids are writing their own COVID songs.
I love it.
So
I love it. And moms and dads, you can encourage that simply by buying a journal for them.
Yes, and you
inviting
can make them.
You can make them.
Yeah.
And you can purchase them or make them, encourage them to make their own. My kids have kept journals, and it is so much fun to go back years later with them and to see the little stories that they write about and the things that seemed so important at the time. And now they look back on them and they chuckle because things have changed so much. So it accomplishes so many things to keep a journal.
And listen, I have so many journals. So if there's somebody out there and you really need a journal, contact me at the church.
Right.
I'll get you a journal.
Cool.
All right?
And how can we best contact you?
So the best way is to contact Grace Point Fellowship Church. You can call the number. Do you know the number?
Yeah, the number is 909-790-1971. So again, that's 909-790-1971. You can also go to our website, which is gpfukaipa.org. That's for Grace Point Fellowship, but it's just gpfukaipa.org, and you can get all of our contact information through our website as well, or our Facebook page.
Yes. And also, parents, my very last thing is spiritual nourishment. So we are offering weekly videos for Sundays, kids' church. And we are offering a Tuesday Bible study with one of our own amazing teachers, Miss Rebecca. And she's doing the Book of John for kids.
Awesome.
So make sure that you've got your kids engaged in some kind of spiritual nourishment.
Nourishment. You know, we hear about the 3 gauges. There's emotional gauge, there's physical gauge, and spiritual gauge. And the one that tends to get neglected, unfortunately, is the spiritual. But we're made spiritual beings. God made us with a soul. So we need to be feeding our souls if we want to stay strong. And that's why we're doing these videos, these COVID-19 spiritual survival videos. And so was there anything else that you wanted to share?
I just want to encourage you, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And God is not surprised by any of this, right?
That's right.
So I just heard an old Bob Dylan song on the way here called When He Returns. Have you ever heard that?
I don't remember how that
I just got chills again. Because there are some lines in this song that just now blew me away. It's just like a reminder that God knows our innermost thoughts and feelings, and that goes for your children. So I think in all this craziness, as you're trying each day just to make it through the lockdown, right?
Right.
Remember that God is present, and encourage your children that God is present. Don't beat yourselves up. Do the best you can and reach out for help.
Please do. And Psalm 46:1 says, God is an ever-present help in time of trouble, a refuge and strength. So we're going to end on that. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.
God bless.